Hey guys, as always, thanks for stopping by. Another city with pandemonium in it. Yep, let's talk about that. Today's episode is brought to you by all of you Patriots. Every thumbs up is a huge help, so thanks for hitting that thumbs up. And just a comment down below is huge as well. So thanks. So the giveaway is still going on. I've talked about it a lot. If you want to jump over to Spicy Friday from last Friday, you can still get in on this one. It is fantastic. Now, the response over the last couple days has been insanity. So I ran over today and got 2 of these, and we're going to add more to the giveaway. This is not a ploy. This was actually what happened. I was like, we've got to give away more stuff. These are Midwest Industry Slimline handguards, value at $149, still in the package. You can't even get these anymore. They are sold out. So we got 2 of those to give away. Same deal as getting in on this one. We just need to get some more stuff in there because there was so many people that have jumped in. So thank y'all for jumping into the giveaway. As of today, all patches are back in stock and all keychains are back in stock. So the lowest price things are all back in stock as of this morning. Have fun. Winners are going to be announced on Wednesday. So thanks. All right, yesterday, or I think on Saturday, we talked a little bit about there's no ammunition out there. So how do we move forward? What do we do? My question was, now what? And I want to jump into that again and ask y'all a question. I want to ask you a lot about how you're thinking about this situation. Here's why. How we think affects how we act. It's important how we think, the mindset that we have, and I'm not talking about a positive mental attitude, not at all. 2 examples. First, this whole thing about defunding the police is going on, and I've had viewers holler into me and say, hey, I don't need the police. If there's a bad guy, I'll take care of it myself. And that's what they think. Police equals take care of bad guy. It's a lot more than that. I had a viewer that left a comment and said, I can do anything that the local police can do. And he said, Johnny, what can the police do that I can't? I said, I don't know. Investigate a crime scene, run DNA on a rape kit. I don't know, maybe fingerprint in a bad situation, investigate CP on bad guys' computers. There's a lot of things that they do behind the scenes that gets the filth of our society off the street. And for that, I am supportive. And it's a lot more than just a bad guy coming into the house in the middle of the night. And that thinking affects what we do. So maybe at the ballot box, we may say, hey, I don't need the police. But we've got to think it's more than just that. Second example, a lot of guys, when we talk about, I mentioned bad guys in the home, a lot of guys, the way that we think about home protection, and women, the way that we think about home protection, we're always thinking one of two things. Home invasion, what am I going to do in the night? And so if you look at what they keep next to their beds, what I keep next to my bed is specifically designed for one person invading in the night. Let me take care of that one person. I don't even have an extra magazine next to the bed. I didn't realize that until I was working on this. I've got 1 mag. Because in my mind, I'm always thinking one person. I need 1 flashlight, 1 Rudy Tooty Pooty Shooty, and I also need Shazam. I also need 1 mag. When I was in Oregon a few weeks ago, Clint Smith was talking about the old adage of if you can't do it with 6 shots, you can't do it with 15 or something. And Clint said, we always say this, hey, you just need 1 mag. Clint said, what if you're in a firefight with 2, 3, 4, 5 guys? It's a different situation, and that messed with me. How we think affects our actions. That's the point. Look at your what you keep next to the bed. Look at what you can grab in an emergency, what you keep in a vehicle. If you're thinking multiple guys, multiple bad guys, you will prepare for it. Now, in Chicago last night, absolute pandemonium. There was a shooting, it was a shooting. There's shootings all the time in Chicago, but there's one that actually got people stirred up. They don't care about people dying in the streets, but they do care about when the police do it. So it's a big mess. And last night, utter, complete chaos in the streets. 100 arrests, wild. I wrote the word wild in my notes. Absolutely wild last night. 100 arrests, 13 officers were injured. Private businesses were completely destroyed. Destruction and mayhem. I'm not being dramatic. I'll put some pictures up there for you. It's completely crazy. Now, one thing that's interesting is the AP is not circulating pictures of the bad guys doing and bad girls, the people that are the actual crowds, because that would be racist. That they're showing the aftermath only. They've got plenty of footage of the actual chaos. But here's what's interesting. Some people, like 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, people would call this a protest. Protest gone wild, a protest that got out of hand. Nope. The tide is turning on this one. People's words matter. Even the mayor in liberal Chicago said that it has nothing to do with protesting. Her words were that this event last night was, quote, straight up felony criminal conduct. Sounds like she's even getting fed up as well. That's Mayor Lori Lightfoot. So let me ask you this. A lot of different cities, not just Chicago, a lot of cities over the last several months, chaos. Also, part of this mix is what we're having to do with just our society and the fabric of who we are being torn in half. Kids went back to school yesterday in my area, and it's just a weird season. So, in light of our fabric of our who we are being torn a little bit, plus chaos in the street, my question is this, and I don't have the answers. I want to be very clear on this one. I do not have the answers for you. How are you thinking? Our thinking affects our actions. How are you acting because of this stuff? Are you preparing more? Are you stocking up more? Are you monitoring more of what you have in your house? We were down to the last roll of toilet paper the other day, and I thought, I said I would never do that again, and here we are again. Obviously, my thinking about toilet paper is a little differently now than it was back in March and April. The question is this: how are you thinking in light of complete chaos in the street? And I really do want to have a conversation on this one. I think it matters. We are the 2A community, the freedom-loving community, the constitutionalists, those that I hope understand our freedoms a little more than the average citizen. How are we thinking? Are we paying attention? And I think this absolutely matters. I really want to talk to you about actions, because I think in light of even Chicago last night happening, and don't just write it off. There's already people probably typing below, well, Chicago's liberal, let them burn. Well, there's good people that live there. There's homeowners that live there, and citizens that live there, and patriots that live there, and regular, normal people that live there. I saw Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I know how it is in Chicago. There's people up there, it's more than just writing them off. Also, it's not just, I think, anymore, because a lot of times, and even what y'all, maybe I've said it too. Well, if a bad guy comes down my driveway, I'll take care of it. Somebody said the other day, we had a viewer on here talking about the McCloskey situation in St. Louis, and I had a viewer that said, if that had happened in my front yard, I'd have been stacking bodies like cordwood. Stop it. In the real world where adults live, how are we acting and how are we thinking? That's my question for y'all. It's got me thinking today. It really has. I've now dropped somebody's, well, one handguard has not been dropped. The other one's now been dropped in a cardboard box. It's a question for all of y'all. To anyone that's against us, our freedoms, the Constitution of these United States, from my cold, dead hands. Bye.